My brothers and sisters, let me begin by asking you something real. Have you ever sat in a room, stared at the ceiling, and felt the weight of rejection pressing on your chest, so heavy you thought it might crush you? Have you ever looked at your phone, waiting for a call that never came, or checked your email 100 times, only to see silence where you prayed for a yes? Have you ever poured your soul into something, your time, your effort, your heart, and still someone told you, no, you're not what we're looking for? If you've lived long enough, you know rejection is not a stranger. Rejection knocks on every door. It doesn't care about your background, your talent, your dreams, or how hard you prayed. It will find you. It will test you. It will hurt you. But hear me today. Rejection is not your enemy. It is your teacher. We live in a world where no feels like a verdict, like the end of the road. We're trained to believe that if someone turns us down, if we don't get the job, if we're not chosen, then somehow we are less. But I came here to tell you, rejection is not the final chapter of your story. It is the necessary push that moves you toward the place you were meant to be. When someone rejects you, you have two choices. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. You can drown in the pain, or you can rise from it with new strength. See, the truth is this: rejection does not diminish your worth. It reveals where your worth is meant to shine. Think about it. Every time you were told no, every time a door slammed shut, every time you felt left out, it wasn't the universe punishing you. It was guiding you. Sometimes rejection is simply God's way of redirecting your path. You thought you belonged there, but no. You were being prepared for something greater, something bigger than you imagined. You see, too many of us mistake rejection for failure, but the two are not the same. Failure is giving up. Rejection is simply feedback. It's an answer. It says, not here, not this, not now, but it never says never. Let me remind you of something powerful. Every legend you admire, every success story you celebrate, every hero you look up to, at some point they were rejected. They were overlooked. They were doubted. They were told they weren't good enough. And if they had stopped there, you and I would never know their names. The one thing that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is how you handle the word no. Do you crumble when you hear it, or do you rise with even more determination? Do you see it as a brick wall, or do you see it as a detour? Life will test your resilience. Life will measure your spirit. Life will ask you, can you still move forward when the world tells you no? And that answer will decide how far you go. I remember hearing a story of a man who auditioned hundreds of times for roles and was turned down again and again. He was told he didn't have the right look, the right voice, the right style, but he never stopped. He kept walking into rooms where people whispered, not him. And one day, when the right role came along, all those rejections became the very fuel that set him apart. Today, millions know his name. Do you think he looks back angry at those who rejected him? No. He thanks them. Because without those no's, he wouldn't have been prepared for his yes. Let me tell you this. Rejection hurts. It does. I won't sugarcoat it. It feels like a knife to the chest. It feels unfair, like the world singled you out. But pain is not the end. It's the beginning. Diamonds are made under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And character, true character, is built in the furnace of rejection. Some of you listening right now, you're carrying wounds of rejection from years ago. Maybe someone walked away from you. Maybe you didn't get into the school you prayed for. Maybe the company said no after 3 rounds of interviews. Maybe the person you loved didn't love you back. And that hurt is still sitting in your chest, shaping how you see yourself. But hear me, You are not the sum of the people who rejected you. You are not defined by the doors that close in your face. You are defined by what you choose to do after the door slams. If you're rejected, accept it. Accept it not as defeat, but as direction. Accept it not as judgment, but as preparation. Accept it not as the end, but as the beginning. Because every rejection is a message. This is not where your destiny lives. Keep moving. Don't confuse acceptance with resignation. Accepting rejection does not mean you quit. It means you learn. It means you grow. It means you take that no, you put it in your pocket and you say, thank you for the lesson. I'll be back stronger. Think about a seed. You put it in the soil and it disappears from sight. You might even think it's lost. But underground, unseen, it's breaking open, pushing roots deep, preparing for the day it bursts through the soil into the sunlight. Rejection is the soil. It buries you for a moment, but it is not the end. It is the place where your growth begins. But here's the truth many people don't want to face. Sometimes the rejection is protecting you. Sometimes that job you didn't get would have drained the life out of you. Sometimes that relationship you thought you needed would have broken you. Sometimes that opportunity you were chasing would have limited you. You don't see it in the moment, but later when your eyes are clear, you realize that no was a blessing. And I need you to understand this. Rejection is universal. Everyone faces it. The difference is not who gets rejected and who doesn't. The difference is who keeps standing after it happens. You've got to train your spirit to endure it, to embrace it, to transform it into fuel. You want to know the secret? The people who make it in this world are not the ones who never got rejected. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. They're the ones who took rejection and built resilience. They're the ones who heard no and answered with, watch me. And let me tell you, when you finally do get that yes, when the door finally swings open, when the opportunity finally aligns, it will taste sweeter because of every rejection you endured. The no's make the yes worth celebrating. The pain makes the victory worth cherishing. So the next time rejection comes knocking, and it will, I want you to pause, breathe, and say to yourself, this is not the end. This is the preparation. This is not the death of my dream. This is the sharpening of my character. You will never control how many times people say no. You will never control who believes in you, who chooses you, who validates you. But you can control how you respond. That's where your power is. Listen, your destiny does not depend on who rejects you. Your destiny depends on who created you. And no rejection can rewrite that plan. No human voice can silence the calling on your life. So walk with your head high after the no's. Smile after the rejections. Not because it didn't hurt, but because you know deep in your spirit, you're still standing, you're still breathing, and you're still on the path that's meant for you. Remember this. Rejection is not rejection, it's redirection. It's not the end, it's the beginning. It's not punishment, it's preparation. And one day you will look back at every no with gratitude because it led you to the yes that was meant for you all along. If you're rejected, accept it. But never, ever let it stop you.